Hey, good morning. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a good day. High temperatures today. It's going to be hot. Yesterday was 99. Today I think we'll hit 98 degrees or so for a high. Next couple of days we've got chances for showers. They're not going to be great chances, I don't think. Cold frontal boundary is going to kind of get close. You know, we're getting to that time of the year where these fronts are going to start getting close to us. But also at the same time, we'll have an upper level high that's going to be building in. And so I think the net result's probably going to be about a 20% chance for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then just plain hot Thursday. Friday may be a real slight chance, but wouldn't you know it, over the Labor Day weekend, each afternoon we'll have a chance for a shower or thunder shower to pop up. All right, today hot with lots of sun. Need to know where the sunscreen is. Highs today upper 90s. Tuesday and Wednesday there'll be some scattered downpours around. Again, really scattered, 20% I think. And then over the weekend, another frontal boundary is going to get really close to us just in time for Labor Day weekend, and that'll give us a chance for a few showers and storms. At this point, I'm going to go with probably about a 30% chance. All right, out there now, we've got fair weather cumulus. Looks good. We're right on track for our temperature at noon to be 90, 91, probably closer to 91. So highs today, upper 90s, 98, 99, somewhere around there, which is a little warm for this time of the year. You know, our average high is starting to come down, average high 95. And remember a couple of weeks ago I was talking about how the record lows would start dipping into the 50s. And sure enough, back in 1891, we had a record low of 58 degrees. So fall is, you know, it's within striking distance. It's close, not here, but closer. Let's say closer. That's probably the best way to put it. All right, average high 95. Today's high 98, 99. Lots of sun, mostly sunny, becoming partly cloudy this afternoon. And if you have anything planned this evening, temperatures will be in the 90s out there. All right, we've got the current surface map. I just put this map together, drew on the fronts and everything. I kind of added the trough. I think there's a little trough there in the Gulf. We've got a weak frontal boundary close to New Orleans. Look at the difference from New Orleans to Memphis. It's almost noon. And in Memphis, Tennessee, it's 78. Atlanta, Georgia, 81. Of course, New Orleans is hot, just like we are at 90. Dallas-Fort Worth, though, this is really interesting. The frontal boundary is like stuck right across like Gainesville, Sherman, Wichita Falls. Dallas-Fort Worth is at 90 at this hour, but Oklahoma City, I mean, just into Oklahoma, in the 60s. That is a sharp distance, difference in temperature. I mean, that's, what is that, 25 degrees or so. So the front has got a little cool air behind it. Still won't make it here into south central Texas, I don't think. High temperatures this afternoon. Let's see, let's let this catch up. Yeah, there we go. 98, Dallas-Fort Worth, mid-90s, but Wichita, Kansas, highs today in the upper 60s. St. Louis, 74, Minneapolis, St. Paul, what a place to be. Minneapolis, St. Paul, high today will be lower 70s, something like that. Okay, so that frontal boundary I was talking about is going to get close to us, won't come through, won't cool us off on Tuesday and Wednesday, but close enough to bring us a slight chance for rain. But here's the problem. There's also going to be a high building in, and I think the best we can do is maybe a 20%. And then Thursday and Friday is just going to be hot. Here comes another frontal boundary for the Labor Day weekend. So maybe a 30% chance Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All right, so this is the way it comes together. Let's take a look. I believe I'm using the HRRR computer model here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let's go. My little monitor had a problem here. Anyway, so high temperatures today will be in the upper 90s. There could be a few little isolated showers, but the chance is just so minimal that it's not even really worth mentioning. And then as we head into tomorrow, I think we're closer to the mid-90s. And yeah, most of any kind of showers that develop will likely be to our south, but I'd give it about a 20% tomorrow. And then here's a look at Wednesday. The HRRR doesn't go that far, but I think Wednesday is going to be very similar. And heat index values are going to be anywhere from around 100 to 102 over the next several days. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk tropics. Out there in the tropics, we got Fernand. I always want to say Ferdinand, but it's not. It's just Fernand. It's kind of I think it's unusual. But anyway, if your name's Fernand, then it's very commonplace. But anyway, Tropical storm Ferdinand, 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm east of Bermuda, just a fish storm out there in the middle of nowhere. And there is a little kind of we'll just call it an easterly wave, tropical wave, over the Windward Islands. The National Hurricane Center, I think they've given up on this. They've got the chance near zero. So, the thing that's interesting is there's not a whole lot of shear. And as soon as they discount it, look what's happening. There's more showers and storms in the Eastern Caribbean. So, I mean, I wouldn't say zero. I'd probably say close to zero. But there's not a whole lot of shear. There's thunderstorms still. And as long as it stays weak, I think it's going to continue to go westbound. Put it this way. I think the chances of it working into the Gulf would be very slim at this point. But I wouldn't say zero. I'd probably say close to zero. But I'll keep my eyes on it so you don't have to. Pollen count, let's see, we got molds 3910 and heavy. Okay, now it's time for the 14-day forecast. Just put this one together as well. And high temperatures today will be in the upper 90s, 98, 20% chance for Tuesday, Wednesday. I've got the heat index values there. Got my little stationary front. That means it's close by. It won't come through. I mean, look at the temperature. 97 on Tuesday, 96 on Wednesday, and then a 10% chance on Friday. I think the end of the week is going to be hot. Highs like today, 98, 99 for Thursday and Friday. 10% chance on Friday, and Labor Day weekend, wouldn't you know? 30% chance for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday afternoon. High temperatures basically in the mid-90s, around 95. That's about as mid-90s as you can get, right? Tuesday, 20% chance, high 96. And then next week, it starts warming up again. I think 98, 99 again for the 3rd and the 4th. You know how the first part of September sometimes it can be just like August. And so I see it temperatures close to average or a little bit above. And then a 20% chance, I think, as we get into the 5th, 6th, and 7th. You know, let's go back here. I'm going to go back to this. You know, there's the tropics. We're getting into September. Once we get to the first week of October, it's pretty much, for South Central Texas, hurricane season's over. So for all intents and purposes, we've got 6 weeks tops, I think, for hurricane season. And boy, there just aren't many prospects out there. Again, I was pointing out in the Eastern Caribbean, I wouldn't say a 0% chance, but pretty close to it. But you watch this thing come to life once it hits the western portion of the Caribbean. No computer model is saying that. I'm just saying that's possible. Plus, there's a lot of festering thunderstorms. And this time of the year, that tends to happen in the western Caribbean. So that's another area that I'm going to watch. And this time of the year, you have these fronts that just kind of die in the northern Gulf. That's another area to watch over the next couple of weeks. And none of the computer models are telling me this. It's just experience. You know, I mean, northern Gulf, I'd watch, western Caribbean, and then I'll keep my eyes there on that little disturbance there in the eastern Caribbean. So, okay, that's all I got today. I got to go run and do the noon show. Make sure and watch noon, 4, 5, 6, and 10, and I'll be back around tomorrow morning. And is there anything else? Nope. It's just going to be hot today. Okay, have a great day. Stay hydrated, sunscreen, sunglasses, and we'll see you tomorrow.